Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So before I will explain about the lesson planning, I will introduce myself first. My name is Muhammad Ravi Ardiansyah from ICT and LTP, and I will explain about the final project from revised lesson planning in our group teaching in classrooms. So all right, so now let's dive to our presentation. So this is my lesson planning after I revise it individually, and then this is the lesson plan for our group, and this is for senior high school SMA, bahasa Inggris recall text, biography in writing, and then the mode pembelajaran is in daring, and then metode pembelajaran TBLT and collaborative learning, teknik pembelajaran discussions and writing tasks. Karakteristik peserta didik berada dalam perkembangan remaja awal yang selalu memiliki rasa ingin tahu dan mulai mampu berpikir kritis secara sederhana. Peserta didik terbiasa menggunakan teknologi digital sehingga terbuka dalam penggunaan AI dalam pembelajaran. So, because our teaching is integrated in AI, so our media sumber pelajaran using QReport, quizzes, ChatGPT, and Gilbert. And then this is for the CP, for fase A. This is for tujuan pembelajaran. Students are able to identify the journey structure and language features of context correctly. Students collaboratively write a biography context based on AI outline planning and present it in front of the class. Students independently demonstrate their understanding of context by answering comprehension questions in writing. And it is for the ATP. For this assessment, I have 3 assessment awal for or formative. Number 2 is assessment process or formative. And then number 3 is assessment akhir for summative. And I will explain it in the kegiatan pembelajaran. So basically, I will clarify first that actually when we're doing real teaching in the classroom, we really have a different from our lesson planning, because we think that our lesson planning is not really much integrated in AI. So when we already submit our group lesson plan and we revise it, when and we doing real teaching is really different from the lesson planning for the group. So of course I will have a lot of revise it, but still each member still will have the different revise because this is individually. Okay, so now let's move to the BKLF, the beginning knowledge of the field. So we revise it this because we think that and we also get the feedback from teacher and student when we doing a real teaching in a classroom. The feedback is this is not really smooth transitions because we're just asking about the context or something like that. So in my revise, of course, at the first student will ask to join QReport, and then I will provide a picture of Era Kartini, because since this is biography, so biography for their favorite idol and then heroes. And then I will asking a questions like, who is she? Do you know where she come from? Have you ever heard about her life story? What do you know about their achievement? What do you think about the famous person or inspirational? And then teacher asks student questions related to previous discussion to guide them in identifying the topic of the day lesson. So after I asking us these several questions, I will asking student to guide like, so after you have a discussion this, do you know what kind of text that we learned today? So I also use the question is just related for the context, not related for the other text. And this is the example of the I will at our Kartini, I will asking questions, and then after that they already answer it. Oh, the context. So I will asking what is the context, something like that for pickup. And then for MOT, we not really much revise because still same like just hearing the teacher explanation about the definition of the context, purpose, gender structure, and language features, and then still read the text biography and then identifying together which one the orientation, with which one the event, which one the orientations, and then which one the language features that already we learned together. But I add one again, like they answer question related to the material based on the previous discussion. So this is actually for the recalling their understanding. So and why I revise, why I using this, because this is for yeah, remembering, recalling their material again to not forget doing their assignment, even though this is either this is group or individual. And then the question is like this, using after they heard the explanation, something like that. And asked that we want to student more be active student centered. So I think I asked student first, so what is the training structure, what is the definition, and then after that I will explain it. So I want to make a student center. And then after that, after read the task, after they read, after they identifying together which one the change structure and language features. And then this is for the question for recalling understanding. So actually we at the first we use Quizlet, but our feedback is we really have much scan it the barcode. So I decided only using one still on one media, which is QReport, to answering the questions to the students about the material that they already learned together. And then next we move to the GCOT part. So I revised all this GCOT part using this. So actually GCOT part is part of my when doing a group project. So this is my revised that already I implement in the classroom, but it's different from our previous lesson planning. So because GCOT is my part when I'm doing real teaching, so this is my revised. Still like they working small group, and then using ChatGPT to make an outline for a biography text about. So I want to make sure that you really using this prompt, make an outline for biography context about your favorite idol and 3 paragraph. Because if you just only type make an outline for a context, blah blah blah, it will be different because the context we focus on biography. So make sure the student is use the real prompt using this one. And then after that, the group will collaborative write the context in 3 paragraphs using their own language because uh, I will check using AI detector. So the feedback is 3 for from the Q report itself, from AI detector, and feedback from the teacher, which is me. And then after that, they will present their biography to the class without mentioning the name because the other group will guess it. And then the group also asked to read the feedback that they get from the Q report. And then this is our previous, like, why I revise it because I think that this is not only using much AI, using not much technology. So this is like kind of traditional. So since this is also for the group work, I want to make it more fun, make it more critical thinking to produce a text. Because previously they just like identify which one is the present tense, which one the past tense. So I think this is not really practical critical thinking and not really much using AI. So this is our revise. And then for the ICOT also, we not really same for this because why I revise it because at the GCOT part you already asked them to produce a text. So that's in ICOT. I will not ask them to produce a text again, but just answering the questions in the quizzes. And there are 8 questions. In answering in writing, especially asking for main ideas, language features, time, place, event, and something like that. And then, and also when we're doing a real teaching, we use also using quizzes, but the question sorry quiz quiz, but the answer is just in multiple choice since we are in writing. So I also had get the feedback from the student and from the teacher, like instead of just ask their question about multiple choice, why don't you using writing answer. So I using quizzes. This is for example of the text. Example of the I already provided into here, but I will show it like this is the paragraph, and then this is the questions, and then they will answer it the questions directly right. All right. Then this is for the reflection. Still same. We not really much revise it. Just reflect from their understanding. So for the individual, this is the instruction. This is the barcode, and then this is for how do you feel for the reflection. And then pengayaan remedial. So for the pengayaan, I asked students to uh, they looking for one recount text biography from their favorite idol, and then I asked them to identify the structure, the language features, and then write it in paper, and then submit in the Google Classroom for make them more understandable the context. This is for homework. And then for the remedial, this is for the group that detect using much AI, almost 100. So I asked them to rewrite again using their own word without helping AI, because AI only just uh, making outline. So the will write in a paper and then submit in the next meeting. And then this is for the reflection for the student, just asking like what their new material, new insight, and then how is feeling, and asking like, are you really helpful using AI, and then something like that. And then this is for reflection for the teacher, like apakah metode pembelajaran berbasis proyek laboratorium berjalan efektif, or is the student really understand about the biography, and then apakah penggunaan M2 sesuai lebih integratif atau justru malah bergantung, apakah perlu diperbaiki untuk ditinggalkan dalam perjalanan pembelajaran berikutnya. And then this is the lampiran. This is for the Q report for our for my presentation in the classroom using Q report. And then group work using ChatGPT to make an outline for before they write recount text in the group, and then we'll put a detector to detect their this is using full AI or not, but still I will ask him first, like, are you sure? Are you sure not using AI to write? And then this is individual work using quizzes. I already provided here. There is 3 questions. And then this is scoring rubric. Scoring rubric for the group work. The criteria, they have the content starting from 4 until 1. And then organization, language use, mechanics, and AI detector score. So I will score it using this scoring rubric. And then I think that's our revise. And then I also give my reflection when using AI integrated in English language teaching, positive and negative, as a student and teacher. So the positive one for the teacher, of course, AI is really helpful to make the learning process more effectively, because when we using AI, we not really much in the traditional, since we are in a digital era. And of course for the student, negative positive also, they can learn more enjoyable, they can explore more to make it learning very enjoyable. And then for the negative, for the teacher, of course the teacher, they cannot um they cannot see either the student using full AI or not, because of course this negative also for the student. If using too much AI, they will rely on AI, they will um bergantung, they will using AI more in the classroom. So and then for the future recommendation, maybe if because we already introduced them AI in the classroom, so when we doing some assignment, some exercise, I think it's better for us to really pay attention to the student to not using much AI, and also for the maybe also sometimes not only using phone but also in the paper to, and then when they doing a paper for writing the contents, please maybe the phone should gathering in front of the class to make sure that they not using AI, using phone to produce their uh text. So I think that's all from me. Thank you for your attention, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.